Hey guys, subscribe for daily content, and if you're shopping for gear, make sure you check out the description for the newest items at some of the very best online retailers. There's also links for some of the items that I personally recommend. Thanks!
What's going on YouTube? Metal Complex here, and today I've got another short little unboxing video to share with you guys. Stuff from Civivi/Sencut, all the same company, but new releases to check out. Here recently, I feel like Knives have kept up with their, a lot of the stuff they're releasing is really, really cool. But the price for Knives has been going up for seemingly no reason versus their competition. So still holding out for, the cool stuff. I really like seeing what comes out with. I just haven't been super impressed with their pricing lately. However, Civivi and Sencut kind of, low cost. It's boring, but it's low cost and it's great, especially for people who are kind of getting started in the hobby. Sencut, definitely a company to check out. They make really, really good knives, just not anything that enthusiasts or collectors would be into. And Civivi, I think probably some of the most interesting stuff here, especially with the Buster FG, right? I know stop pin placement, people didn't love that, but Civivi been pretty interesting here lately. So hoping to see something really fun. We're going to do this together. Just an unboxing and first impressions today, not a review. Thanks so much to Knives for sending all the stuff in. Make sure to follow me on Instagram. Make sure your notifications are on for the Metal Complex YouTube channel. Let's start off with the one that is almost certainly going to be the most simple, the most straightforward, the Vornix. Just real close to feeling like I'm saying something awful, right? Vornix is... I don't know what it is about that word. It sounds like an evil spell, right? Like this, in the same category as the one that Harry Potter used on Malfoy in the bathroom when he sliced him up. Probably same category. It's a Snape spell. Black canvas micarta, or perhaps it's a real thing, right? Perhaps this is, a rare type of goose, of Iceland goose. It's how they refer to their eggs. Anyways. Black canvas micarta handle, satin finished 9CR 18 MOV blade. Let's find out. Probably incredibly basic. I have the pricing sheet right next to me, so we'll look at that as well. Okie dokie. Oh, it's bigger than I thought it was going to be. You guys are funny, right? I'll give it to you. Straightforward, nice hollow ground clip point blade. Actually, if I'm being fair, a little more interesting than what we typically see from Sencut. This is pretty cool. Ergonomically, feels really, really good. Ridiculously thin blade there. That's going to be an absolute laser beam. Best thing about Sencut knives is not only the price, but because this is a we-owned company, the factory edge and factory geometry tends to be absolutely superb for cutting performance. A lot of people who are new to, well thought out basic cutting tools, sometimes you cut with something like this and you go, oh my God, what have I been missing, right? This is the type of knife that can really get people turned on to the quality end of the knife world. So yeah, that's pretty cool. That's actually a little better than I thought it was going to be. I'm hoping that ends up around 40 to 45 bucks. So what do we got here? MSRP, oh yeah, okay, perfect. MSRP $49.40. We don't pay attention to that. Doesn't make any sense. The retail price you're going to see on places like Blade HQ, which is where I'm going to link this, $41.99. I think that's just fine. I think that's great. Good deal. W Sencut. Okay, what do we got here? Next up, we have the Navo. Black G10 handle, black stonewash Nitro V blade. Okay, sounds pretty typical on paper for Civivi. A little bit, might be my imagination, but a little bit heavier than Sencut. Yeah, I think it was my imagination. Okay. I don't know. Maybe it is a little more. What's the... Okay, straightforward flipper here. I feel like I've handled this knife before. Maybe in a slightly different variation. Step hell. Okay, that's probably the familiarity that I'm experiencing there. Very straightforward. Nothing crazy going on here. Nice flat ground blade, Nitro V, little bit... I mean, you could make an argument that the Sencut will actually cut better because of the grind, right? But if you like this style, this probably isn't going to be too much more expensive. A little more because of the blade being Nitro V. It's just a more expensive steel. So I'm going to guess this one's probably up there closer to 60. Yeah, so MSRP, again, we ignore that. There's always one person who's like, $74, I can't believe that. Oh! Nobody's paying MSRP. Like, that might as well say potato tomato super dragon pie 9000. It's nonsense. It doesn't mean anything, right? We only look at this right here, which is going to be retail on Blade HQ 6290. That's fine, right? Nothing super. I like OSTAP Hell, nothing special going on there. Now, this is always the big ticket item, right? Number one, did they do something interesting that's different from what they typically do? Sometimes they have, it's variety. Like, they want to have variety. They want to have, ideally, stuff that's anywhere from, competitive premium pricing all the way up to, yeah, it's expensive, but, you brought home the bacon, right? You went the extra mile. I'm not sure that that's the right expression, but if you're going to charge more, then bring more, right? So we don't default to anything over 300. I think there's a lot of people who are confused about how, the knife community determines what's overpriced and what's not. There's not like a certain price point where we're like, because item is knife, item cannot go over certain price point. No, that is a caveman way of thinking. You can have that thought for yourself. That's perfectly fine, but it does not universally apply. And in order to come to that conclusion, you have to completely and totally disregard everything that goes into the price outside of arbitrary, personal, like, I don't like it, right? So, sometimes there are knives that are $350 that are, incredible deals considering what you're getting. And other times there's knives that are $350 where it's like, why? This is $100 more than the competition doing the same thing, right? It just depends on what's going into it. Obviously, there's a little bit of subjectivity that goes into that, and personal taste, right? But personal taste doesn't equal value. Ryson. Gray titanium handle, hand rubbed satin finish bowler M390. Let me amend that statement to personal taste does not dictate universal value, but it can increase personal value. It can, if you really, really like something, you are far more likely to pay more for that one element, but that doesn't mean that it's worth it to everybody. All right, here we go. Now, the reason I'm saying this is because I know that the price that's on this piece of paper is more than likely not going to be super agreeable because it hasn't been here lately. We're going to go a little more basic route this time. Okay, we got a little more of a basic knife, an extremely basic knife from We Knives. Okay, hand rub satin finish. It's not a bad looking knife, right? Whoa, real tight on the action here. That's because it's on washers. Interesting. Not real tight. Shouldn't have said it that way. I thought for bearings, there's a little bit too much friction, but it's running on washers. And what's the benefit of this? Well, unlike bearings, washers actually are self-lubricating, like Phospher bronze washers, and they keep debris out of the pivot substantially better. So in dusty, dirty, grimy environments, Phospher bronze washers are absolutely superior. There is no threshold, no price threshold where everything should be bearings, right? This is another thing that I get a lot of comments on. For that much money, it should be bearings. Bearings is not like a tier of pivot system. You can get bearings in $20 pocket knives, right? Different types of bearings. But I have a knife that's, multiple thousands of dollars that's running on washers by request. It depends on the intention, right? Designer and maker preferences, or the person who's buying, if it's a custom knife, and the person who's buying it, right? It depends on, a whole bunch of different factors, but you can have bearings or nylon or washers on literally any tier. We typically see a lot more bearings, and bearings are typically associated with premium knives more often because they create for incredibly smooth action, which is a preference largely with not only the enthusiast knife community, but anybody who's ever flipped a knife with a good, a well-tuned detent that's running on bearings. You just go, ooh, I like that, right? So this is going to be a preference thing. Very, very simple. Nothing wrong with that. A knife that probably could have released in, 2015, kind of, but that's okay. Nothing wrong with that at all. Now, because we have plain, flat titanium, it is, hand rub satin finish. I wonder how much hand is actually in this. I don't know. I would guess not much, considering the volume, but maybe I'm wrong. Not a huge knife, not an enormous amount of material, basic sandwich construction, milled clip, milled backspacer, right? I would hope that this would be no more than $225. Still premium. It's a little higher. They're close. $294, we ignore that. $249.90. Not awful, not nearly the most offensive price I've seen on a WE knife here lately, but still feeling a bit high versus the competition, right? You have, I don't think Artisan Cutlery, because a lot of people will reference Artisan Cutlery, like making titanium and S90V knives for $200. Yeah, they do, but I mean, I think like anybody who's handled a lot of Artisans and a lot of WE knives, I think we can all agree like WE knives feels like the more finished, the more polished product. I think Kubi would be a better example, like, or KB knives. They've recently released many really nice contoured and textured titanium frame locks with S90V between 60 and 62 HRC, which is another area that WE doesn't do great in, their HRC range. They're coming in lower, anywhere from $20 to $50 lower than a lot of this stuff. So that feels a little high, but I think a lot of people will be excited that WE is releasing knives on washers. That will definitely be interesting to some people. And again, like I said, $250 isn't horrendous. It's just a little higher than I would have liked to see it. Honestly, I think the winner of the bunch here was the Sencut. This is probably the most, at $41, that's probably I mean, it's far and away, it's obviously the cheapest knife, but in terms of, what makes it interesting, a good price for a full-size knife, really, really thin ground, aggressive clip point blade there. Okay, new stuff. All of this will be linked down in the description. You guys can check it out if you want to. Thanks again to WE and Civivi for sending this stuff in. You will definitely see a review on this guy. I don't know about this one, possibly this one, but definitely the WE knife after I've had a chance to carry it. And then we'll do a giveaway on this stuff. Please make sure to follow me on Instagram at metal_complex and on TikTok at the_metal_complex. I always forget to say that. Did you know I have 250,000 followers on TikTok, I guess? If you didn't, well, I do. So thank you. Thanks to all my TikTok followers. Anyways, please make sure to follow me on Instagram at metal_complex. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like. If you'd like to check out my other content, I do, of course, have lots of videos of knives that are either expensive or inexpensive that I do or don't like, so check those out. And if you enjoy all my content, go ahead and click on that Metal Complex logo right there and subscribe because there's definitely more coming. Thanks again for watching, everybody, and have a great day.